newstoday.com. Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear has declared a state of emergency after a train derailed. And the FBI is investigating a vehicle explosion on the Rainbow Bridge at the U.S.-Canada border crossing Wednesday. Plus, the upcoming days are expected to be some of the busiest days to travel this Thanksgiving. All this and more coming up on Sunrise.
And we're expecting it to be a rainy Thanksgiving and a cool Thanksgiving as well. We'll take a look at that in the weather coming up.
We take a look at a couple of teams that are playing on Friday for the regional semifinals. That's coming up in sports.
You're watching 25 News Now Sunrise. Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Carolina Estrain.
And I'm Parker Cox.
And today it's the 23rd day of November 2023 and it's 6:32 on our Thursday morning and it is National Thankful for My Dog Day.
Ooh, I'm very thankful for our doggies.
Oh, so thankful. I have 3 of my own and Parker has a puppy on the way.
Yes, my puppy's coming on Tuesday. I'm so excited. She has no idea how much love is coming her way.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for Parker.
No, it's crazy because I'm going to name her Autumn because she was born on the first day of fall.
Oh,
Can you believe that?
So sweet.
Very sweet, very sweet. I'm so excited.
All right, well, Parker, I know it's going to rain today, but what are the best times to take our dogs out?
Well, the best time would probably be in the afternoon because that rain will probably be letting up probably about 3 or 4 p.m. this afternoon ahead of your Thanksgiving dinner time. But we'll take a look at that in just a minute because we're starting out with a live look at North Victoria here where it's cool this morning and that rain is going to be sticking around in the area. We'll take a look at that live there in just a second. But like I said, it is cool out there, 50 degrees that morning temperature. Now, that's not anywhere near as bad as it was yesterday. It was 38 degrees yesterday morning. Can you believe that? It's quite chilly here on the coast. But with the dew point of 46 right now, we've only got that humidity up to an 86%, so it's a little humid out there, but that's just because of all the rain that's in the area. So take a look at that live radar right now. We've got a couple showers coming into Edna. Port O'Connor and Port Lavaca looks like it's pretty quiet right now, maybe a couple showers right now, developing right now as we speak. But Beeville, y'all might have a couple showers out there, Goliad too, and Refugio as well. And as you zoom out here, we can see why we're getting all that rain. It's coming off of this spinning low pressure system. It's actually a weak low that's kind of spinning right over Laredo right now. I guess it's not really super well defined right now. You can't really see that spin, but just trust me, there is a little low right there. And that's what's giving all those rain chances for today. So take a look at that future tracker for the rain here. We're expecting those showers to kind of become more developed, more widespread in our area, probably by the late morning into around noontime. But the good news is those showers will be out of our area, like we were saying. It might be a good time to go walk your dog in the late afternoon, maybe in the early evening, when those showers are out of our area, probably about 3, 4, 5 p.m. ahead of your Thanksgiving dinner. So it's going to be good, nice and clear, right ahead of your Thanksgiving dinner. We're coming up a little bit, we'll take a look at those rain chances again. We'll take a look at that cold front coming next week, and we'll take a look at those cool temperatures as well. Back to you, Carolina.
Thank you, Parker. Victoria Police made a traffic stop on a vehicle around noon Wednesday near the 900 block of Ball Airport Road. During the stop, a man inside the vehicle shot himself with a handgun. EMS transported the man to a local hospital where he later died of the self-inflicted gunshot wound. The Texas Rangers are conducting a joint investigation into this incident. There is no danger to the public. Hallettsville police are looking for 22-year-old Morris Cooper. He's wanted from Yoakum and wanted on charges of aggravated robbery. Morris has ties to Hallettsville, Yoakum, and LaGrange. Morris is presumed armed and dangerous. Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear has declared a state of emergency after a train derailed in Livingston, Kentucky on Wednesday. People in the area have been encouraged to evacuate. County leaders told evacuees CSX is working with some local restaurants to make sure people have meals today, even if it's not a traditional Thanksgiving. There is still not any word on the severity of the derailment or just how long this evacuation could continue. The FBI is investigating a vehicle explosion on the Rainbow Bridge at the U.S.-Canada border crossing Wednesday. Officials briefed on the matter say that according to preliminary information, the vehicle crashed into the checkpoint structure at a very high rate of speed heading out of the U.S. and toward Canada. It then caught fire and exploded, killing at least 2 occupants inside the car. An initial search reportedly did not find a secondary explosive or device, and the FBI said no terrorism nexus was identified. All western New York bridge crossings into the U.S. have been shut down. And now to the arrest of a former Obama official accused of making hateful remarks toward a food cart vendor. Investigators say the confrontation was fueled by the Israel-Hamas war.
This morning, a former Obama administration advisor taken into custody. 64-year-old Stuart Seldowitz faces hate crime charges after multiple confrontations with workers at a halal cart in New York City. Some of the confrontations caught on camera. The former diplomat is accused of harassing the vendors, spewing xenophobic and anti-Muslim remarks. At one point, a nearby construction worker steps in to try to defuse the situation.
He had a lot of hatred. He was saying a lot of mean things, and I said, listen, this is not a place or time for this. You probably need to walk away from this gentleman and let him work.
Seldowitz claims the vendor expressed support for Hamas, triggering an argument. But across 3 separate videos, there is no evidence, and the worker, who asked not to be named, fearing for his safety, denies speaking about Hamas at all.
Why should I go? Why should I go? Tell me why I should go. I'm standing here. I'm an American. I have free. It's a free country.
In a phone interview with ABC News, Seldowitz admitted he overreacted and regrets what he said, but he says there were no threats or intimidation. Since the videos went viral, Seldowitz has been fired from a lobby firm. It comes during an increase in Islamophobic incidents in the U.S., according to the Council on American Islamic Relations. But overnight, on the eve of Thanksgiving, neighbors setting up a plastic table and sharing a meal in honor of that worker.
We came out to support him and to support the man who was harassed, and we deserve to be treated as human beings.
Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
The upcoming days are expected to be some of the busiest days to travel this Thanksgiving. Record crowds are expected to take to the air and roads over the next couple of days, with the busiest days being Wednesday and the Sunday after Thanksgiving. AAA forecasts that 55.4 million Americans will travel at least 50 miles from home during that time frame. The impending weather could also snarl air and road traffic. A storm system is moving from the southern plains to the northeast. It's for real now. We're in the holiday season. The process of inflating the 26 balloons that will be featured in today's Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade got underway Wednesday in New York. Workers carefully blew up each one of the festive floating figures so they're ready to fly by the time the parade starts at 8:30 in the morning, a half hour earlier than usual. In all, 49 balloons will take part in the 97th edition of the famous parade. 16 character balloons, including 7 brand new entries and 33 heritage and novelty balloons. As always, Santa and his sleigh, which is 60 feet long and 3.5 stories tall, by the way, will wrap up the festivities. And remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Crossroads Today. Hit the like button and click the notification bell. The time is now 6:39 on our Thursday morning. Here's a look at what's coming up on 25 News Now Sunrise. The Salvation Army of Victoria, one of many community Thanksgiving dinners, hosting one actually.
After initial hope for families, there's been a delay in the release of hostages in Gaza. I'm ABC's Liz Landers with the latest on those negotiations.
And coming up after the break, we're going to take a look at that allergy report. We'll take a look at your rain forecast, and we'll also take another look at your showers that are going to be in the area today. Well, good morning, Crossroads. If you're waking up this morning, if you're just tuning in, look at a live look at Cuero, where the clouds are kind of rolling in, and so is all the rain showers. We'll take a look at that live radar in just a second. But it is cool out there in Cuero, and I put Gonzales because that's the closest town to Cuero that is in Victoria. But 47 starting out the day in Cuero area. Dew point at 40, they'll bring the humidity to a 77%. Calm winds out there, but dew point is because of all the rain in the areas. We'll take a look at the live radar right now. A couple showers coming into Edna, I guess coming out of Edna right now. But as we zoom out here, you can see where all the rest of the rain is. A couple showers coming into probably Goliad here. Oh, I guess it just died off. But Refugio, and we'll definitely, all of us here in the Crossroads will be seeing some showers today and probably picking up by around noontime and out of our area by about 3 or 4 p.m. this afternoon. But take a look at your allergy report. Tree pollen is moderate today. Ragweed pollen is low, and grass is non-existent today. So maybe a good idea to take an allergy pill. Kind of we'll maybe leave it to viewer choice, but maybe not a great day to go fishing because it is going to be raining on the coast as well. But we'll take a look at those rain chances and when it'll be cutting off coming up in just a few moments. Back to you, Carolina.
Thank you, Parker. By the way, the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade starts at 7:30 a.m. Central Time, so just in about less than an hour. And the Calhoun and Cuero teams have aspirations of making a deep playoff run. Sports Director Gino Perez has more.
At Crossroads, we have 9 teams competing in the regional semifinals this week. And no matter what, we will have at least one team moving on since Edna and Industrial are playing against each other this week. But we start with the Cuero Gobblers. The undefeated Mean Green will put their skills to the test Friday against Jasper, who is 8-4. Cuero and Jasper play in Alvin at Freedom Field Friday at 3 o'clock. The Calhoun Sand Crabs, on the other hand, are 8-4 and will be playing against the Alice Coyotes. These two teams met in the first round of playoffs last season, and the Sand Crabs took the W, winning 35-26. This game will be played in Seguin at Matador Stadium at 7:30. The link to watch this game is on our website at crossroadstoday.com. And if you would like to see any of the other games that are featured, go to our website, crossroadstoday.com, where a schedule of all the games around the area. That's your 25 Sports Now.
Thank you, Gino. All right, we want to invite y'all to experience our digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. You can find it on your connected TV through Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, and Android TV. Just search Crossroads Today Plus. We now turn to the war in the Middle East, where that hostage deal has been delayed after initial expectations that it would begin today. Now, Israeli officials are saying a ceasefire and hostage release won't start until Friday.
After initial hope for families, a delay in the release of hostages being held by Hamas in Gaza. Israeli officials now say it will happen Friday, when both sides must sign a ratifying document. Prime Minister Netanyahu assured lawmakers and Israelis that all hostages will be brought home in stages. An initial 50 hostages will be released in the current deal, including Americans. He also vowed to prepare for war during the ceasefire and said it will carry on until Hamas is destroyed. Here in the U.S., President Biden spoke by phone with Prime Minister Netanyahu, President al-Sisi of Egypt, and the Qatari Emir as the U.S. stays in close contact on the hostage release deal. The Israeli Ministry of Health is preparing for special care of the hostages once released. Meanwhile, Al-Shifa Hospital has been heavily affected by the conflict. 16 premature babies were recently transferred out of Gaza into Egypt. A supervising doctor at the Al Arish Hospital in Egypt is overseeing those tiny patients.
When the babies arrive to our hospital, they are facing a lot of bad conditions during transfer, taking their medical history, no accompanying families for them. So we are dealing with a very critical conditions for them.
Meanwhile, in the Red Sea, the U.S. shot down more attack drones. The Defense Department says they came from Houthi-controlled areas in Yemen. There were no crew or ship injuries. Secretary of State Antony Blinken spoke by phone Wednesday with his Saudi counterpart. They discussed this hostage deal, but also a durable peace agreement in Yemen. In Washington, Liz Landers, ABC News.
The Salvation Army of Victoria's Community Thanksgiving dinner is going back to the future. For the first time in 4 years, the dinner will be inside at the Salvation Army's main office. 450 plates will be served with grilled pork chops topping the menu.
Well, on Thanksgiving Day, we're going to continue our tradition here and feed anyone that wants to come in and sit down and have a meal is welcome to do so.
Delivery is also available. The Salvation Army of Victoria Community Thanksgiving dinner is today from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Happy Thanksgiving. And now it's time to look at our viewer poll. You can scan the QR code on your screen to take part. Today we want to know, what is your favorite Thanksgiving side dish? Okay, let's take a look. For sweet potato, we have 23%. I love sweet potato. Can already smell them. And 23% of you say you love green beans, also a very delicious option. 11% of you say cornbread. 16% of you say the stuffing. That's Parker's pick. And 16% of you say cranberry sauce. And oh look, 11% of you say other. Thank you for taking part in today's viewer poll. I know you're already plenty hungry now. The time is now 6:47 on our Thursday morning. Still to come, a wild moose chase is underway in Minnesota. Okay, it is time to celebrate some birthdays. She came in like a wrecking ball. Miley Cyrus, Dolly Parton's goddaughter, is celebrating a birthday today. She is 31.
Happy birthday, Miley. And happy birthday to Robin Roberts, the American TV broadcaster, is 63 years young today. Happy birthday, Robin. And to see your birthday wish live on 25 News Now Sunrise, come to crossroadstoday.com. Click on More, and under home you see KAVU to submit your birthday.
I wonder if it's your birthday on Thanksgiving, do they make an additional cake, or did they just put like a birthday candles on a pie?
I was gonna say, I can imagine the food would be glorious if it's on the birthday too.
And you get presents? What?
Oh, and presents? What?
Well, happy birthday if you're celebrating one today.
Yes, happy birthday. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Well, good morning, Crossroads. It's going to be a cool and rainy day today, and that actually leads us to today's weather poll. Today's weather poll asks, what are you thankful for the warming weather that's coming this weekend? Because we're going to be in the upper 60s this week. We'll take a look at that in a moment. Let's take a look at what y'all are saying. About 28% of y'all are saying yes, no more cold, we don't like the cold. And no, keep the cold is 72%. You don't like the cold, and keep the warm weather. To vote on today's weather poll, go to crossroadstoday.com/vote-weather to participate and see what everybody else is saying as well. Well, we're going to look at those temperatures for today. We're starting out in the upper 40s, maybe 50 flat, because I think it's 50 right now here in the Crossroads. But we're going to warm it up into probably in the mid 50s today. It's only going to be today and cool today because all that rain that we're expecting in the areas. So take a look at those showers that are out there right now. Got a couple of showers come up into the Wharton area. Probably actually raining right now in Wharton. A couple just came through Bay City, a couple in Rockport as well. But as we zoom out here, or we'll zoom in here, we'll take a look at what's going on here, why we're getting all that rain. We've got this weak low pressure system that's out right off Laredo right now. It's going to spin up our way, giving us a good shot at rain for all day today until probably about 3-4 p.m. when it finally cuts off right ahead of your Thanksgiving dinner, so that's pretty good. And with all that rain that's going to be in the area today, it's going to keep us cool along the coast because all the rain is going to be cold coming from the upper atmosphere where it's really cold, where it gets colder as you go up higher in the atmosphere. But as you can see here, staying in the 50s here on the coast where all that rain is, and as the rest of the state are going to be in this 60s today. Coming up a little bit, we're going to take a look at that 7 day because we got a cold front coming on Sunday, bring us back in the 50s next week. We're going to take a look at those temperatures coming this weekend as well. For now, back to you, Carolina.
Thank you, Parker. A wild moose chase is underway in southern Minnesota. A herd of fans has been following along in amusement for weeks, keeping track of the young male online as it meanders through central and now south Minnesota. Big game experts think he's looking for home territory and could hit a bullseye if he finds another moose or moves north. Preparing for Paris, rehearsals are underway in Greece at the ancient Olympia site for the Olympic flame lighting ceremony. Officials revealed yesterday that 600 torchbearers will carry the flame through mainland Greece and 7 of its islands starting April 16th. Greece's Olympic rowing champion will be the first torchbearer. The flame will be handed over to Paris organizers on April 26th for the French relay. The games open July 26th. Imagine the trash talk at this competition. 21 countries took part in the inaugural Spogomi World Cup in Tokyo, a competition to see who can pick up the most litter in 90 minutes. Teams got points based on the amount and type of trash collected, but running and entering private properties was prohibited. The event is the brainchild of the Nippon Foundation, meant to raise environmental protection awareness. England was declared this year's winner. The next Spogomi World Cup is slated for 2025. Wow. Keep Tokyo beautiful. And still to come on Sunrise, news to know before you go. New details are emerging in a Walmart shooting from earlier this week. New details are emerging in a Walmart shooting that happened earlier this week in Ohio. Police say they now believe the incident may have been racially motivated. The 20-year-old gunman who opened fire at a Walmart in Beaver Creek Monday may have been at least partially inspired by violent and racist ideology. They collected evidence including journal writings from the attacker. Benjamin Charles Jones, a white man, killed himself following the incident. He wounded 4 people, a white man, a white woman, and 2 black women. All of those individuals survived the incident. More details are developing about the vehicle explosion on Rainbow Bridge at the U.S.-Canada border. The FBI says their investigation of the scene does not appear to be terrorism related. They are looking at the incident as a traffic investigation, and they're echoing what the New York governor said in a press conference Wednesday when she said that there was no evidence that there was a terrorist attack. The governor also revealed that no explosives were found on the scene. Earlier on Wednesday, a vehicle sped toward a border checkpoint on the U.S. side of the bridge, hit a booth, and exploded. The driver and the passenger of that vehicle were killed. The community is coming together today to provide a Thanksgiving feast at First Baptist Church on North Glass Street. 5 to 6 churches joined up to give back to the community, and they're going to start giving them out at 11 a.m. this morning. The goal is to serve at least 1,500 plates.
There's a big list, too many people to name, but again, thank you guys. Thanks to all of our sponsors that have made this possible. We couldn't do it without them. Can't do it without God. We can't do it without our people.
Doors are opening at 10:30 a.m. If you cannot dine in, call 361-894-7206 for deliveries and to-go orders. Free food and soft drinks will be at a Thanksgiving party in Port Lavaca today. They'll be at the Drifters Hall at 5287 McDonald Road from 1 to 3 p.m. And the City of Victoria has called for a special election for mayor set February 3rd. They'll host an informational session next Tuesday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Just show up at the City Council chambers so you can learn more before you potentially file for that mayoral election. The deadline is December the 4th. And let's go ahead and get a final look at our forecast, our turkey forecast with First Windstorm team meteorologist Parker Cox. I forgot your last name, Parker.
No worries, don't have to worry about that. But thank you, Kaylana. Good morning, folks. If y'all waking up this morning, quite cool up there, and actually a little rainy. We're going to take a look at that radar in just a second. But like I said, cool start of the day. 51 here in the Crossroads with a dew point of 47, bringing the humidity to an 86%. But that's only because we got that rain out there in the areas. You take a look at that radar right now. Got a couple showers that are coming, moving through Wharton right now. A bunch of them out there out southwest of us right now. As we take a look at why we're getting all that rain, it's coming from a really weak low pressure system that's moving over Laredo as we speak, and that's going to come our way, giving us all those rain chances for the rest of the day, and it will finally be over. That rain will finally be out of our area by about 4 p.m. this afternoon, right ahead of your Thanksgiving dinner time. So that's pretty good. And take a look at that 7 day. We're going to be slowly warming up over the next few days. But with that rain today, we're going to only be staying in the 50s, in the mid to upper 50s today, because all that rain's cooled off the air rather. But we're going to be warming up to the upper 60s this weekend ahead of another cold front coming on Sunday, bringing us right back into the 50s next week. It'll be a cool one next week, Carolina. Can you believe that?
Wow, it's going to be a cool autumn going into the winter. I love that.
It's really feeling like the holidays now, isn't it?
And I just want to update y'all that Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade starts at 7:30 a.m. Central Time. We want to give you a live look here from Central Park. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving and join us tonight.